King Charles hosted a grand state banquet at Windsor Castle for French President Emmanuel Macron, during which he delivered a heartfelt speech celebrating Prince William. However, the British monarch notably omitted his youngest son, Prince Harry, from the grand speech. Since quitting their roles as working royals, Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle, have been embroiled in a rift with the royal family, which caused tension between the Duke and his father. King Charles pays tribute to Prince William at Windsor banquet, but omits Prince Harry. During a grand state banquet at Windsor Castle on Tuesday night, Charles delivered a moving speech that celebrated both his son, Prince William, and the friendship between the United Kingdom and France. Yet notably absent from the monarch's remarks was any mention of his estranged younger son, Prince Harry. The formal dinner, hosted in honor of French President Emmanuel Macron and First Lady Brigitte Macron, gathered over 150 distinguished guests. In his rare public address, the 76-year-old king offered warm humor and a tribute to the Prince and Princess of Wales, who have now made Windsor their family home. He highlighted the historical significance of the location, linking it to the royal family's deep roots. The castle in which we meet this evening was begun by my ancestor, and your sometime countryman, William, Duke of Normandy, in the year 1070, the king said, per the New York Post. It remains the oldest and largest occupied castle in the world, Charles added, so it is perhaps rather appropriate that my son, the Prince of Wales, who shares that earlier William's name, has made Windsor his home with his family, like so many of our predecessors. The king and his youngest son have a strained relationship. Charles' omission of Harry is no surprise as the father and son have not even been on speaking terms, with the Duke of Sussex admitting during an interview that the king won't talk to him. The bombshell interview with the BBC came just after Harry lost his legal appeal over his downgraded security in the UK following his decision to step down as a senior royal. The disappointed prince opened up about the deepening rift between him and the royal family, expressing a desire to heal old wounds, despite revealing that his father, the 76-year-old monarch, is not currently speaking to him. He also mentioned he doesn't know how much longer his father has to live. There have been so many disagreements between myself and some of my family, Harry admitted, per the Daily Mail. Of course, they will never forgive me for lots of things, but there's no point in continuing to fight anymore. He added, life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. It would be nice to reconcile. Royal aides were furious over the Duke's remarks about King Charles' health. At the time when the interview went viral, critics accused Harry of fueling unnecessary speculation about Charles' health. Elisa Anderson, former press secretary to the late Queen, criticized the Duke's remarks as unhelpful, especially given the King's ongoing treatment for an undisclosed form of cancer. Speaking to Sky News, Anderson stated that the royal family is likely raising their eyes heavenwards over Harry's public comments, warning that such statements will only cause real concern and more speculation in the media and the wider public about what his diagnosis is, which is incredibly unhelpful going forward. She added, "What you don't want to do is have your private life played out in the media. So if you truly want reconciliation, you'll do it in private, not in a BBC News interview."